Hello, Brian. Congratulations on the show you do, and best of luck with everything that comes along. Continue to follow your dreams. That's awesome. I'm going to make an announcement straight out of Rampage just for your show. Here we go. I'm going to get into announcer mode and welcome you to the WSE Lounge. So here we go. Hi, I'm Justin Roberts, and I want to welcome you to the WSE Lounge hosted by Brian Vaughn.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the WSC Lounge. I am your host, as always, Brian Vaughn, and I introduce you right now my guest this time, longtime friend of mine. I've been known him many, many years. He is a songwriter and a music player. Because earlier on, I said he's actually a music player. Earlier on, when I was advertising, I said a musician. You're not a musician. Don't do magic, but
Okay.
anyway, here's Carl Leitz, everybody. Carl Leitz.
Actually, that's Carl Leitz, as
Oh,
in the
Carl
light above.
Lights. Thank you,
That's
Carl
okay.
Lights.
I've
Okay.
had so many people. I've had so many people over the years pronounce my name wrong. It's that you're not the first. Don't worry about it, Brian. All good. Good to be
Oh,
here, man.
oh, wow, man! I tell you, on the phone, so many people pronounce my name Vogan and Vogan and
Mm,
my last name.
mhm. I
I
know
know
how
how
that
it is.
feels.
So, tell me, Carl, how did you get your start in music?
Oh boy. Growing up, I mean, all around music. I mean, and even in my family, had a lot of influence. As well. And of course, listening to my parents' records. We always had the Eagles playing in our home, the Rolling Stones, some early 50s type music. And it's like, and then later on, as I got older, of course, the MTV boom came and I started seeing all the musicians playing on TV, actually, and I was like, wow, that's so cool. I'd like to do something like that. And 14, I started learning guitar, but I didn't stick with it because I had a guitar teacher that was not very patient, so to speak. And he had some issues, and it kind of turned me off. So I just became just a regular listener of music, and didn't really pick up a guitar again until I was like 38, like that. Um, I figured, I knew a lot of people who played. I would go to a lot of open mics and saw some of my friends play, and I was kind of getting a little my creative juices going. Saying, yeah, I could do that. I could try starting this up again, and with a little of their influence, I did. And instead of always, as they say, riding the wave, I wanted to try to create one. So, yeah.
Wow, so you wanted to create your own image and everything, and be your own person, originality.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm usually pretty laid back. I don't really have the demeanor of a rock star, but I just like playing music. It's just something that I enjoy doing. It's something that's always been very relaxing to me, um, and really stuck with it. Really, and it's always amazing. Some of the things you can do with it, and try to get you to uh, see where to go with it. It makes people, wonder what people think of it and everything. And, what is it about music that gets them so into your stuff? So I definitely find it very, very healing for me and very, very therapeutic, you could say. I guess, many people find that way.
Now, do you just play the guitar? You play the banjo, different instruments, or what?
No, I just basically the guitar and a little harmonica. Um, and that's pretty much it. Kind of sticking to one thing for now.
Okay, would you like to play us a song, Carl?
Sure. Oh,
Okay.
sorry. Um, I'll play one of the originals I first wrote.
Okay.
Check. Okay, so make sure I'm in tune here. Oh, is it just me? Okay. Can you hear me okay?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay. So this song I'm going to play is called Outcast. It's one of the first originals I really wrote. I've co-written a lot of songs, but this is kind of my one that I worked on for a few days. It's all about, I don't know, being in with the in crowd, I guess you could say. And, give it a whirl here. Try to fit in, I can't get in. They're locked in my daydream all alone. Sitting by myself in my social cell, talking to myself the rest of the day. Wonder what they think of me. Try to fit in, I don't get it. Maybe tomorrow will be different. Maybe by then, figure out what would stay. Tomorrow is just another day. Wonder what they think of you. You just go on and try to smile. Wonder what they say about you. Tell yourself it's all worthwhile.
Good job. Good job. I want to ask you, that song's about fitting in and, kind of being an outcast. I wanted to ask you now, when you were younger, did you ever, in school, did you ever get bullied or anything like that?
Many times. Oh yeah, absolutely.
You have a story you like to tell about, an episode or anything that happened, in school when you were
Well,
bullied or anything? Like,
you know,
feeling like an outcast stuff?
I think because back then bullying wasn't taken as seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think people thought just kids being kids, and I was kind of the song Outcast. I kind of was with the outcasts. I kind of was with the kids that I didn't play sports. I wasn't part of the popular crowd. I guess that's what
Mm-hmm.
um And of course, was different. I had a different style. I had a different way of expressing myself. It was the '80s, so it was like, sometimes you were looked at kind of, you were looked at different. And then as I got older, kind of loosened up a little bit, and it wasn't as much. But yeah, definitely, I've had my go around. So and it's definitely not something that's pleasant. And even as adults, we still experience it sometimes, I think.
Yeah, yeah, we do, and you do as kid stuff. You was talking, something just come to mind. I want to bring up on the show here. And a lot of people say this word, they don't think of it, but a friend of mine, Hudson West, who plays Jake Weber on General Hospital, he uh he actually posted a site that he don't say this word, the R word. The R word retarded. He does say that because when people say that, it makes the other person feel invulnerable or just, I mean, vulnerable and just terrible and humiliating. And I've tried in my vocabulary not to use that word.
Mm. Yeah, that's a word that sadly a lot of people are starting to use again now, and it's really
Yeah,
it's very disturbing. It's very disturbing to hear that. It really is. Um, because I think it's just so demeaning, and it's just so. I mean, you talk about a song that makes somebody feel like they're not definitely in. Uh, it's just almost dehumanizing. Um, so yeah, it's you'll never you never hear me use that word, and
yeah,
thankfully no one will use that either.
and thing about it is, you know, that one particular word, it can. I mean, cuss words are horrible too, but what I'm saying though is, that one particular word though, like you said, it could just make you feel awful, horrible about yourself, and do you have any like now I know this is not a show about this, but my friend Bruce Bernard, you probably seen it advertised on Facebook stuff. He hosts he plays Sonny on General Hospital, but he hosts a show on YouTube called State of Mind. And what he talks about on their call is he has bipolar in real life. So
Right.
he talks about major depression, anxiety, disorders, mental problems, and so do you have any like mental health, you know, stories you like to tell? Because he talks about that on there, and we were talking about the R word, and that's why I went over to that topic.
Um, well, let's just say I've had to overcome a lot growing up as a kid,
Hmm.
and and it wasn't really easy. Um, some people said I would never graduate college, and I did. Believe it or not, so they told my parents.
Hmm.
Uh, and I have, I had suffered some years back when I was 30. I suffered panic attacks, anxiety. That was a very tough year for me. Uh, I'm driving home from my mom's, and I just started feeling the right side of my face started quivering. I thought I was just hyperventilating or whatever you want to call it. I
Yeah,
thought I was having, well, you know,
yeah,
I was saying to myself, wow, I'm thinking, God, what's going on? I felt like I was having a heart attack.
yeah,
So then I turned right around and we went to the ER, and you know, I was just having, it was just, that year was very tough. I was having anxiety and I was taking stuff for it, but that was becoming a little bit too addictive. I was becoming a little too dependent on it. I was like prescribed, what was it called? The medication I was taking.
but clonazepam, that's what I take.
No, Xanax.
Oh,
That's what it
oh,
was.
Xanax, Xanax, yeah.
Yeah, and it's very strong. But it also is something that can be very addictive, and I couldn't leave without home without taking it with me. And if I ever
Yeah.
felt like I was having an issue or an episode, I would I would
Uh,
take it. But and I've really had to like I say, I've experienced having those like especially driving. That's not it's not pleasant at all because you feel so enclosed and everything. I have to get out and like walk around a little bit sometimes, and but um, that was like for about I would say about a year, and then after that, I didn't really experience as much anymore, or maybe sporadically, but not really.
yeah.
Yeah, but it was 30 was a hard year, but
Yeah.
it it was something that was just another hurdle.
Well, I can say that I deal with panic attacks, anxiety attacks myself. Still, I'm 43 years old, but you know, I'll tell you something I never told the general public before. I just told my mom probably about a couple months ago. But I'll tell you something that happened to me, and you don't think it's crazy. It is crazy. When I got ready to graduate in 2002, so my class is fixing to get ready to go down the aisle, with the Macho Man Randy Savage theme song and play graduation. Well,
Okay.
the dun 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 dun, well that's
Yeah,
Randy
I
Savage's theme
remember.
song. Anyway, get ready to go down the aisle. Before we get ready to go to the aisle, one of my teachers pulls aside and she says, "Hey, do you want to sit back here in the room while your class goes up and graduates?" I'm thinking in my head, I'm thinking, "You crazy? I ain't doing that. I ain't messing this. I'm going up there to graduate. Family's out there." I said, "No." So I walked down the aisle of my class and graduated. I wasn't going to sit back there, in the room.
Exactly. No, I mean that's you work too hard. Of course, you're going to walk across the stage. I mean, God,
Yeah.
that's like your parents want to see that. I don't.
Yeah.
That's kind of that's funny. Yeah.
So I know that I know you go to different clubs and restaurant stuff and play guitar and stuff and
Mhm.
so can you tell us what is the biggest crowd you played in front of, and do you have any ambition to go to the Grand Ole Opry?
Oh my goodness, that's really reaching. And then my genre is a little different as far as music. Although the biggest, I'm trying to think of the biggest audience I played in front of. Yeah, we were doing like an open stage at it was at a big flea market in Pearl River, New Jersey,
uh,
and so I did that, and that was pretty. A lot of people were shopping and everything, but I guess you could say it's playing to a big crowd. I'm trying to think if there was any other. Yeah, there was in fact a benefit I did that I was involved with was for somebody, and that was a pretty big crowd that I played to, and so but haven't anything really too big yet, but getting there. Um, I'm currently now playing with a new partner, a friend of
mhm,
mine, Megan Gazier, a very talented singer and artist,
mhm.
and we're called Willow Hymn,
Great.
WILLOWHYM. We could be found on YouTube and Instagram right now, and
Okay, great.
yeah, we've done a few things. We've and we've had a couple of playing out, and
Mhm,
going to be doing some more actually this Friday. As a matter of fact, we're going to be at a wine bar in Beacon, New York, uh, playing a lot of hits from the '70s to the 2000s. So that's our era that we play music from, and others too. So definitely always looking forward to how this latest project will go. I've played with many people before, and but I think we really like click. But
yeah,
everyone had their own different style. I don't really, I'm not gonna compare. I'm not gonna say one's better than the other because we've I've um played with various people, and they they all have their own.
Yeah.
way, and they all have their own styles, and they're you know, it's. I would not really, I wouldn't want to really, say one's better than this, although some are more improved, but
So let me ask you a question. By somebody used, I don't know if you still play music with him or not, but he was a guest on the show many years ago.
okay.
Uh, how's Ziggy doing? You ever heard of Ziggy?
Yes, Ziggy Grover.
Yeah, how's he
Um,
doing?
he's doing fine. He's out there. I see him. Oh, good on Facebook all the time, and
Yeah,
I mean, he is multi-talented. I mean, he plays more than one instrument. He plays keyboard, guitar. I mean, and he's staying active. He really is, and very talented young man. Uh, and yeah, he's definitely on the go, and it's good to see him out there, always putting out new stuff, and when you meet him, he comes off as very kind of like standoffish, a little shy, but man, he when he plays, he really
yeah,
gets everybody into it. He's definitely very energetic, and yeah, he's definitely a very good musician. It was good playing with him when I did.
yeah.
I've projects with him.
So do you and your new bandmate, do y'all have EPs out? Like music you can buy on the iTunes or Spotify,
No,
anything?
we don't actually. I
Hmm.
don't know if that's on the horizon. I mean, honestly, I want to try to get some of my originals recorded. Um, and I definitely brought up to Megan we should try to do some originals. And you never know in the future what'll come. I guess we just have to take it as we go.
Yeah. Well, if
Mhm.
you'd like to, go ahead and play another song you have, Carl. Rowdy.
Okay. Okay, the next song I'll play is one called "Waiting It Out," the second original I wrote. Sure. Oh, gotta turn that on. Sometimes I forget the lyrics to the song. Believe it or not, an original I forget. Waiting for a change of season, new color to appear. Waiting for another journey, another new year. Waiting for the time to slow down. I need a chance to prove. I'm watching another news reel, another tragedy. Here we go. I want to see what's ahead, what's coming this way fast. Waiting to be there with you, waiting for that time to last. I know you're waiting out there. I know you want to go. I'm waiting to be there with you, waiting for time to come. Waiting, waiting for time to come.
That was
Waiting it
good.
out.
So can you explain to us what exactly what that was about? I know you're waiting. I know when you were saying you're talking about waiting for someone. So is that a real life situation, or is that just a something you come up with, or what's the uh what's the meaning behind it?
We just put this down here. We're waiting it out. Of course, I look at every year being a new, new challenge ahead, a new event. It's not like Groundhog Day. It's like, it's always, you just wait to see what's ahead of you and, in the future, and hopefully, some positive things. Uh, of course, we have to deal with a lot of negative going on right now too. Um, but whatever comes your way, I guess, you wait it out, you face whatever head on and, keep going. And, that was the second original I ever wrote. I wrote that while I was listening to some friends play, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, no, people ask me, well, who's your influences as a musician? And, I have so many, but I also get got a lot of influence from a lot of local musicians too, because they're very, the North New Jersey music scene is, just full of a lot of talented people, older, younger, and definitely all different styles and everything. And you know, some of them have a lot of advice that I've gotten from many people, so it's been very helpful, very supportive, and that's what I
Mm,
like about it. Because we all have to try to help each other, I think, and not try to, the opposite,
yeah. Tear each other down.
right?
Yeah. So I want to ask you, when you go to restaurants and play and stuff. I know you probably seen on TV shows and movies, but I want to know, when you go to restaurants to play, do you ever get asked by the manager? Do you ever say say to you, "Hey Carl, can you go over to this table and play the guitar for these people sitting eating?" You ever do that? You know how to have them. You know how to have flute or whatever playing on the the flute or harmonica. Like
Oh,
the
you mean,
violin thing playing.
oh, like the
In the
violin
restaurant
players,
too.
like
TV
for like,
shows and movies.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I haven't had anybody ask me that, not yet.
Okay. So besides music, what is your what's your other ambition in life besides music? You have anything else you like to do, like nobody knows, like hiking or climbing or fishing or
I I like to do a lot of painting, um, sketching, um, because I've always done that kind of stuff on and off, not really continuous.
mm.
S So I do that, spend time with my family, uh, friends. So it's
Do you have any paintings you could show us or no?
hmm. Well, let me see here if there's one nearby. I think I see one here that I did.
Okay.
Okay, it's a very small one that I did.
Okay.
I'm a big animal lover, so this is one I did of an ibex. I'll hold it
Oh,
up to the screen.
nice.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
nice.
I kind of enjoy doing acrylic painting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that kind of, and like I say, sometimes I get a creative spurt, and then I kind of don't do it for a bit, and I start doing it again. And like I say, my music partner Megan, she's a painter and a very very good painter.
Mm.
She's an art teacher, so of course she's very good.
Oh, yeah.
And yes, very talented. And of course, my grandfather, as well as being a musician, he played trumpet in a band. He was also a painter. No training, but he was a wonderful painter.
Uh,
I had an uncle who was an artist, and so I come from a family that's, I guess, where some of that influence is definitely rubbed off on me. I have a brother, not so much him, but the music part anyway.
mhm.
But myself, definitely glad I had that kind of influence growing up.
The late Bob Ross, when he would do his painting on shows,
I
you know,
remember him. Yes.
he would actually, illustrate and tell people, say, look, get your brush and I'll show you how to paint it.
Yeah, he was good. I mean, he was. I know. He, because of his, he was a very calm.
Yeah,
People would try to. They would. Oh, what's the word I could say? There's so many like spoofs on him and stuff like that. But I mean, because he loved painting, clouds
yeah,
and trees. He was a very big. But that was like his. For him, painting was his. I guess you'd call solitude. I guess it was his, like music is
yeah.
mine,
His
kind of like you can say.
passion. Passion.
And it's just something he enjoyed doing. I mean, it's not easy to do that when you're on TV and kind of looking into a camera and having to do that. That would be distracting for me. I could never do that. And he made it look so easy, but he was definitely very talented. I always enjoyed watching his. I think his son does something too now.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
I think he has.
now I heard this. I don't know if it's true or not. A friend of mine told me this, said that when Bob Ross passed, that his family took him for everything he had.
No, I
But
didn't hear that.
yeah, I don't know if that's true or not. It's what a friend told me though. He said that, Bob Ross' family just took him for everything he had, so.
Oh man.
I know that
That's
Gary Coleman, different strokes.
absolutely.
I know Gary Coleman, when he passed, that they said that his family, I think it's his parents, they took everything he had.
Yeah, he didn't have a much of a relationship with his parents, from what I
Yeah.
heard over the years, and what he's seen from interviews. But unfortunately, that happens with a lot of families. You know that I don't know. I can't. I can't. I guess money does that to people.
Yeah, they it says in the Bible, money's root all evil.
Hmm. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's good to have, but you're right. It's what some
Yeah.
people will do.
And so let me ask this. So besides the New York area, have you ever played like in different countries or like different states? I know you probably played out probably New Jersey and New York and
Yeah. New Jersey, New York, and Connecticut. A few times in
okay.
Connecticut. That's about it. The tri-state area. Um, but hopefully, I'll venture out and try to other states as well. I would love to do that. I would, um, I plan on at some point visiting Boston because I haven't been
Mhm.
there in some 20 years, and I see what's if they have anything going on there. I would definitely love to hit one of the spots there and and play a bit and see what's going on up there. But of course, it's good just to do it for the exposure. But so yeah, I mean, I definitely would definitely be up in the future for doing something outside of my comfort zone.
But the good thing, Carl, and uh, a lot of musicians don't they don't really recognize this. But I'm gonna tell you something. When you go out to different places and play, you play for the audience. Well, you never know, but there could actually be a talent agent in the audience and crowd, and he could hear you and say, "Wow, I want to get him," you know, and approach you.
Absolutely. Yeah, you never know who's listening to you. You could have that. You could have someone who's a musician, been a musician for years, or who's a current
Yeah.
musician. And so, it's always good to keep that in mind.
So, do you have one more song you want to play for us or not?
I could try to play one more.
Okay.
It probably won't be an original, but it'll.
Okay.
I won't use my strap for this one. Um, Mic on again. Oh, strap is over the guitar. Okay. Just trying to think of one. I know you only have so much time, but I'm gonna do it. I'll play one by the Cars called Drive.
Okay.
I'll make it short. Who's gonna tell you when it's too late? Who's gonna tell you things are so great? You can't go on thinking nothing's wrong. Who's gonna drive you home tonight? Who's gonna pick you up when you fall? Who's gonna hang it up when you call? Who's gonna pay attention in your dreams? Who's gonna plug you in when you scream? You can't go on thinking nothing's wrong. Who's gonna drive you home tonight? You know you can't go on thinking nothing's wrong. Who's gonna drive you home tonight? Drive by the Cars.
That was good. Now when you're playing that tune sounded so familiar. It reminded me of another song. I can't think of the name of it, but the song is in the movie called "She's All That." That's got Freddie Prinze Jr. in it, and I think Rachel Lee Cook is in it. But it's a movie from the '90s, and
Yep.
uh,
Sorry. Turn
Can
it
you hear
off
me?
there. I
Okay.
can hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah.
I just had to turn.
But
I just had to turn the thing off. Yeah.
okay. Yeah, but
I've never saw that movie. Yeah.
yeah, that tune though, it just reminded me of that song, but I can't think of the name of the song.
Oh, I don't. I couldn't help you on that one. I had no. I'm sorry for the distraction. My guitar was kind of fell over here, trying to kind of catch it.
Oh,
So
that's okay. That's okay.
I didn't put it back. I didn't put it back on the stand the right way. That happens sometimes. I just don't want it to. I'm just glad it didn't
Yeah.
happen beforehand. Otherwise, it knocked it out of tune. Yeah. It's No, I don't. Remember. I'm sorry to say, I don't know that one. But
Yeah, I'll let you know when I find out what it is, but I know it's a movie. She's all
okay.
that from the 90s,
Okay.
but I can't think of what the name of that song is, but the tune when you was playing, I was like, is that song? I said, no, that's not that song, but it sounded just like it. So do you have anything you'd like to promote, Carl?
I'd like to. I'm sorry. I'd like to what?
Promote.
Oh, well, yeah. Just like I say, as I was telling you earlier on, feel free to check out our duo, Willow Him. Again, it's WILLOWHYM, and Willow Him. We're on Instagram and YouTube for now. And like I say, we're going to be playing in Beacon, New York, at the SD Avino Wine Bar, 7:30. So anyone in the area, drop by. It's going to be our first time playing there, so it'll be very interesting to see how it goes.
Okay, well, thank you so much for being on, Carl, and everybody be sure to check that out. And I'll be
Thank
sure to
you.
subscribe to your YouTube channel.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for being on, Carl, and it was a pleasure.
It's a pleasure, Brian. Thank you for having me. Good to talk to you again.
You're very welcome. You too.
All righty.
What's up, everybody? It's the Hollywood hunk, Ryan Nemeth, to thank you for listening to the WSE Lounge. And when you're done with this episode, head over to Vimeo, watch my film, Heal,